What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Enoch here. Yo, Ock, you ready to do this thing?
Let's do it.
Episode 52. Y'all know what y'all watching. It's the Blood Brothers Podcast. Let's go.
Run to the Jordan.
Welcome back to the Blood Brothers Podcast, everybody. Y'all know how we like to do it before we get going. Let's bow our heads. Our Father in heaven, we thank you for this day. Thank you for this moment. We thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for keeping us through this process. We appreciate you. We love you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
A to the men.
What it do, bro?
Dang, the mission statement will always remain the same: empowering men to become leaders in society under God's laws. Consequently, men, women, and children will understand the foundations of a real man. Shouts out to God. That's me and my
Yes,
brother.
sir. Yes,
Holla.
sir. Man, it's been a struggle to get to this 52 episode, man.
Wasn't
Been
a
rough
struggle.
for you, huh? You good? You
For
back?
me, for me, it's a little struggle, but I mean, in the bigger scheme of life, everything is smooth, man. You know.
Yeah, man. Had to go down for a little bit, but we back. Everybody good. Everybody healthy, ready to get rocking. We made it to episode 52. Why I feel like the 1 year episode was like the hardest one to get to.
I don't know, like, yo,
Everything was going smooth until we got to 52. That's like, yo, dang.
we had a delay with everything. I was under the weather. Then I don't
Yeah.
even know. Everything was just a lot, but we made it. We made
Yeah.
it a whole year, dog.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want y'all, if you've been rocking with us from day one, go look at the first episode and then look at this episode 52. We came a long way, bro.
Dog. First of all,
Long way. Like
first of
having
all,
nothing, no
that
mic, no
that first
setup.
that first episode was garbage.
Terrible.
Yo,
Terrible.
it was. I'm not gonna front. We was bringing the information, but it was just
Yeah.
quality of everything. It was bad for business, man. But
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
gotta. That just shows that you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah. And sticking to the process, because if we would have just looked at that first episode and been like, nah, this ain't it. We got it.
Yeah.
We don't got nothing. We don't got mics,
Yeah.
nothing. Just stop right there. It'd been like,
Yeah.
that's 52 weeks of information that we would have missed out from giving out to people.
Facts. We'd have been withholding, all the jewels that we obtained through life.
Mhm.
It's one of those things where you can't help but to think like it started from conversations over the
Yeah.
phone,
Yeah.
right? I'm doing Uber, you working, we just talking
Yep.
for hours and hours to, you know
Mhm.
what? I came up with a thought. Then I'm
Yeah.
like, let me
Yeah.
see, let me just see if E with it. Then you come up with the idea, like, yo, you think we should do a podcast? You're like, yeah, let's just do
Even
it. I'm
before the
like,
podcast. No. We brought the podcast. Dan was like, yo, we got to spark it up for something big. Then you did you was like, yo, let's do a Father's Day documentary movie,
facts.
whatever.
Facts.
Then we talked about
The Father's Day,
fatherhood.
the fatherhood joint was elite. We had a great. I'm not gonna front. We had like 800 views for that. That joint
Yeah,
was,
that one was big. That I think that pushed us like, yo, we got to do this because this is something that people want.
yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just proof that everything starts with a thought, you
Mhm.
know. But there's a big difference between having ideas and execution,
Yeah.
And I think we definitely we took execution very seriously.
Mm-hmm.
From finding out how to put it on Spotify and Apple Music to
Yeah, that was a
to
process.
mics to lighting to
Yeah.
we could have been like, man, bump this. This was this cool for the moment. Like, because
Mhm.
honestly, we never really put a cap on it. Like, we never said how long we were gonna do it. We really
Yeah.
didn't know. So it was kind
Yeah.
of like we was just flowing every week. Like, how you feel, what you want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, you think like we had good guests.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Christina, Chelsea,
Yeah.
Abe, my boy Ron.
Ron.
We
Yeah.
had some quality people come, grace us with their presence and their words. But I mean, we're 1 year old now. So
Yeah.
what does that mean for us?
Huh. I mean, I think this shows a level of commitment,
Yeah,
consistency,
yeah,
and dedication.
yeah,
Because speaking of people that have been on the podcast, from the outside looking in, it looks easy.
yeah,
From the outside looking, it's like, oh, they're just talking. But Charlie told me, he was like, yo, bro, I didn't realize how hard it is to like be engaged and be in tune. He was like, yo, bro, that joint is hard. Like after I was done, I was like, oh snap. I didn't say this. I didn't even realize when you said this. When I listen back to him, I'm like, yo, it looked easy, but there's actually a formula and
A method to our
yeah, method to it.
communication.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I don't think you realize that. So to stay dedicated, like, and even when, like, for an example, it's easy to be dedicated when you have sponsors, you have a
true.
1,000 views a episode.
Facts.
You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? That's easy. So I can't say you're dedicated. I want to see what you was doing before anybody was watching.
Yeah, yeah. Before the money, before the money and the fame kicked in. But one thing, I mean, I hope everybody got from what we were doing,
Mm-hmm.
we made it clear. It's like, granted, if you listen or not,
Yeah.
this stuff we're leaving for our kids.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
ever anything was to happen, God forbid, we left enough information to hold them over to know, like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
this is how my pops operated, this how he
Yeah.
thought, and this is what he thought of this situation, or how he viewed being a father, or how he viewed being a husband, a
Mm-hmm.
businessman, whatever, a friend. So, it was just an honor just to be able to document it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, in
So
in
what
general.
would you say was one of the either like your best moments, favorite episode, things like that?
The best episode to me, and I mean, it's only because it's my lifestyle, but morals over relationships.
Mm,
That was my favorite episode of all time. Because it's something I live through daily. Like, I don't I really don't compromise my morals for anything or anybody.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
so I know people, it comes off across as me being, arrogant, or
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
judgmental, or whatever it is, the word that you come up with.
Yeah.
But at the root of it, anybody who really has a relationship and they know, like, nah, it's not, he's not being arrogant about it. He
Uh-huh.
he lives that. So it's a
Yeah.
total, it's like breathing.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's almost,
Yeah.
it's as natural as breathing. So it's
And that
not a
episode was one of those ones where it's like, that sound tough, but he right.
yeah. We be having them kind of conversations,
Yeah,
like
you like, I don't like how it sound, but he
yeah,
right.
yeah. And I worked on. I mean, I'm consistently working on myself too. So considering my delivery and how I
Mm-hmm.
say things, and
Yeah.
I've grown in that aspect. So
Yeah.
I'm a lot more patient when it comes to communication now.
Mm-hmm.
I really think about what I'm gonna say, and take my time, and if I need space, take my space, whatever it is, and I need to make sure I'm effectively communicating my thoughts, not my feelings. Because
Yeah.
sometimes, feelings,
Yeah.
they take
Definitely.
over, and then you don't really, you just be talking in circles. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
gotta consider that. But what was your favorite episode?
I have two moments.
I ain't gonna
Well,
hold you. Your hair look dumb long though. I ain't gonna front. Your joint
yeah, my
doing
joint
that.
getting long, bro.
Yo, I ain't gonna front. My joint is
You catching up now? I ain't gonna lie. You
boy, your joint is all the way, because you know what it is. Keep it a buck. I don't have nothing on the side, so I can't even, like, if I had it on the side, it would go low. Like, but
yeah,
nah,
my
your
joint's
joint long.
getting wild long, bro.
Nah, you good money. Anyway, go ahead though. So
But yeah, the first I gotta say when we had our wives on, because that was the first time we had them on. So you know me, trying to get points. But yeah, when our wives was on, that was fire. We gotta have them on again.
Oh
But
God, you want them on again? All right,
the,
fine. Fine.
the one that I really was like was our first guest,
Oh, my boy.
Ron.
Yeah, Ron.
And it's not just because of the episode.
Yeah, shouts out to IE too. IE and
Oh
Charlie.
yeah, I facts.
Yeah, but go ahead.
So with Ron, that was our first guest, and I think that pushed us because there was so much dilemma with that one. It got deleted. We recorded a whole episode. This is the first time we went with a guest, and then was like, "Yo, do we ask him again? Like,
Yeah.
do we ask him to do it again?" Then we asked him, and he's like, "All right, cool." Then we get another episode with him.
Facts.
Then it messed up again.
Oh no, he was
Then
at
we
work.
like-
He was at work. He was at work, and we had
Yeah.
to rush it. And we
then,
was like,
then we
was
ran
like,
out of
dang.
time. We messed up with the something was recorded. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't even remember. Then the third time, then we recording, and then his camera messed up, and then you didn't have to charge it. And it's the first time we was getting at it on the podcast. I'm like, yo, bro, come on, son. Like, people don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I'm like, yo, bro, we can't be doing it. It's the third time. They were like, yo, we was going at it. Because he's like, yo, this is so much just to get this one episode. And I feel like that showed us like, yo, it kind of pushed us to another level. Like, yo, y'all really dedicated to this. Because we could have easily just been like, yo, we're not putting out an episode, bump it. We ain't about to ask him again. Yeah. And that episode was fire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like that was like one of a great moment in our little podcast.
Yeah, we were recording and it was about to die. And I'm like, nah, let me save this part and get the charger. And you like, what? I'm like, nah, because it's gonna die. If it die, I'm gonna be tight.
We was stressed. I'm like, yo, bro, do you know what we had to do to get
it? I'm like, nah, bump that. But I was saving it. And you arguing with me. I'm like, nah, boy, you're not controlling the camera right now. I know what's going on. Like, you can't see what I gotta do with these little things, gadgets, and all this. I gotta stop it right now. But Ron was elite just off of the strength of, you know, we both went through the custody battle for our kids.
Yeah.
And that's our connection, you know what I mean? And I think I've always known him to be very bright and you know, very a very, you know, confident communicator as far as, you know, dialect or dialogue. So, you know, that it was dope. I mean, I think Christina and Chelsea was dope too, because
that was fire. They caught them with some good questions.
Yeah, they was bringing it though. You know, they both had their perspective on what you know good relationship is, future, you know, men in general, and I think having a woman's perspective is always valuable. Just for the fact that women are very they have intuition, you know, and I really firmly believe that. So because we know that, it's important that we keep them in, you know, your vicinity, and we obviously we're married, so we know we get that luxury every day.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
There's some men who trying to figure it out on their own, and you be like, "Dog, you're not even making no sense right now."
Yeah,
you need a good woman just to give you some good advice.
Oh man,
on how this thing is supposed to roll.
And do you have like a worst episode or
worst episode?
Or worst moment? I don't know.
The worst moment was when I had to take a dump during IE's joint. Yo, that was crazy, dog.
Yo,
I was sitting there.
He was like, yo, I gotta go.
Yo, it was bad, dog. I was like, yo, I really, cause you know it's crazy. I was sitting there and like I felt it rumbling my stomach a little. I'm like,
that's too much info, bro.
I'm like, yo, I'm gonna be all right. You know, I just started rubbing my jaw. I'm gonna be all right, though. This happens. You know, I might let something go, but I'm be good. But then, like, you know, you're about to let something go, and then you like, yo, that might not make it to, you know.
Yeah. And I do have like a worse episode, but I won't say. I won't even say episode.
What?
It's just poor judgment on my behalf.
Poor judgment on what? What do you mean?
You don't remember?
Poor judgment?
Yeah, I don't want to put it on blast, but you know how sometimes you expect something from somebody, but then you realize like, oh. I should have never expected that. I'm just airing it out. I ain't gonna say it. Listen. I just had to get that up. Like, yo, that was just poor judgment on myself. You know. But yeah, you know it happens.
Yeah, that was poor judgment on you, because I ain't have nothing to do with that. First of all, I'm gonna keep it a buck. When you brought it up, I'm like, really? You like, yeah. You know, I'm like, oh, I don't know. And then, you know, yeah, poor judgment on your part, bro.
Yeah, poor judgment. But besides that, we know how to roll with the punches. You know what I'm saying? We know how to make water into wine.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. I think one thing that I mean, I hope the listeners got is in the beginning, when we first started, we were trying to set the foundation of who we were.
Yeah.
So that way, when we lightened up or we shortened the episodes or whatever,
Uh-huh.
You knew,
You
where
knew
we
where
were
we
coming from.
stand with
You knew,
yeah.
like, if we're saying this is rooted in this.
Yeah.
So we don't have to
Exactly.
keep re-explaining, like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
listen, this is biblically law driven,
Exactly.
morally got
Yeah.
moral guidance,
Yeah.
God first, everything falls under that. We didn't
Yeah.
want to have to keep saying that every day because, and I don't have a problem with saying it, but you
Yeah.
just want to. It's almost like
But
the best way to put it is like somebody who's elite in basketball. You
mm-hmm.
don't want to have to keep explaining your training process, right? Like,
Exactly.
yo, I take
Exactly.
74 jump shots every day. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? That type of thing.
It's not
So
like why you shoot like that?
exactly. I don't
Like
want to keep. I don't want
why
to keep
y'all think
explaining
like
it.
that? But for the
Yes.
first half of the year, we pretty much drove home
Yeah.
our main cause, our main purpose, why we here. Even in the mission statement, it says our purpose. You know what I'm saying?
I can't even believe that we were doing hour-long episodes, bro. That joint is
Bro.
mad long, and people was watching them. Shouts out to y'all,
Yeah.
because
Yeah. Literally, it'd be an hour 10, hour
hour
15,
30.
hour
Yeah.
30. I'm like, yo, we was really going in.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what it is too. That comes with progression as well.
Mm-hmm.
When you're starting out, what people don't realize is you're just talking, so you're
Yeah.
flowing. So you
Yeah.
can't really like you vary. When
Mm-hmm.
you get to a point where you're already set that foundation and you know your concepts and those type of that type of structure. 30
Mm-hmm.
minutes is more than enough time because
Yeah, because
now
now
you
you
just
just
get
teaching.
now
Yeah.
you get right to the point. This is what
Yeah.
this what this is. Boom. Don't violate this. Don't violate that. Or this is dumb. That's smart. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, I think going through the process, I mean, I feel like I remain consistent in,
Mm-hmm.
my approach to people.
Yeah.
I've listened to certain criticisms, but
Yeah. Yeah.
for me, it's not that I have a problem being critiqued. That doesn't bother me. I critique myself, so
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
cool for me. But when your critique is based off of I'm just gonna call it malnutrition, and
Mm.
I'm just saying
Mm.
manipulated morals. I'm just gonna call
Yeah.
it that, and I call that malnutrition because when you digest it, no matter how you chop it up, it's always gonna come out the wrong way. So that's why I'm
Exactly.
calling it malnutrition.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I think I mean I would hope that people understood the passion that we have
Mm-hmm.
is driven by wanting people to be successful and have
Yeah.
a great life and have a happy marriage and a happy home and be great parents and
Yeah.
set your family up for generational wealth and all these
Mm-hmm.
good things. So
Yep.
I mean, hopefully they got that from us. I mean,
Yeah. I believe so. Did you have any like self like in the beginning, like did you have any self goals that you wanted like had it in mind or anything like that?
like with the podcast or just in
Yeah,
life.
with the podcast.
um nah, I mean, I feel like we kind of went into this with very low expectations,
Yeah, yeah.
but we knew we were bringing quality. So
Mm-hmm.
when I say low expectation, I don't think we're trash or anything like that, but
Yeah.
we weren't driven by, clout or anything like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think if you want to talk about expectation, I did expect us to be on YouTube. I expected us to be on
Yeah.
Apple Music,
Yeah.
Spotify. So I feel like once we accomplished that, everything else was kind of like water
Yeah.
under
It's
the
like, all right,
bridge.
we just do what we gotta do now.
Yeah, we just shooting now, every week.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't know how, and obviously we can't speak for the viewers, but I don't know how
Yeah.
people view podcasts nowadays just because there's so
Uh-huh.
many. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they said it grew like something crazy. There's like 1.9 million podcasts.
Yeah.
They said there's like 450 million episodes to choose from.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, but they said not everybody's consistent.
Yeah.
So my only thing with like towards me, I'm like, yo, I just made a goal for myself. Like, yo, I want to try to get every week,
Yeah, yeah. We skipped a week. We skipped two
like
weeks.
at least every week as much as possible. But I
Yeah.
feel like for our first, I think they say first time podcast in the first year, a lot of them don't last. They don't make it to a year.
I don't think they'll make it to a year, and I think it just comes with that viewership. So if
Mm-hmm.
there's nobody watching, you kind of feel like you're wasting your time,
Mm-hmm.
But I think because we already had established that,
Yeah, that's where we differ.
that this isn't this isn't for clout, or if you watch
Deeper than, it's
often.
deeper than pod.
Exactly. Like this is to know that my sons could view me
Yeah.
if something ever happened
Yo, it's fire, bro.
is a good thought. That's
Yeah.
really,
Yeah. It
and
really
see,
is. Like I really think about that.
yeah, and to think like, yeah, it's on YouTube and Spotify and all that good
Yeah.
stuff. But you got to remember, we also have it on record with the memory.
Yeah.
So I mean, I hope that they're all on there. I would hope so, but
Yeah.
because
How
we can't,
how big is your memory?
bro, we got this big old look. This is what we save it on. So this ain't, you know what
How
I
much
mean?
does that hold?
Honestly, I don't know. You asking the wrong person. You gotta talk to the wife who take care of
Facts.
all of that.
Matter of fact, speaking of that, I gotta give big shout out because your wife,
That's what,
she does the posting for us.
yeah.
Marielle,
Editing.
on this podcast, I want to give you your flowers.
Fact.
Thank you, because we know this man right here is technically ignorant,
Illiterate.
literally,
Literally.
and
Literally.
you chop it the front, you do the intro, you
Fact.
put it together, you post it. I don't even know how I don't even know how to post it.
Yeah, well, she just sends us the videos.
Bro, I don't even know how to do any of this.
Yeah.
And she does that. Like, appreciate that. I got to give a shout out to my wife because
Facts.
it seemed like I don't got no wild kids in the house. But my wife, whenever I'm shooting a podcast, she takes the kids upstairs. She go
Hold it
lock them
down.
away, put them away somewhere. And
Puts
those
them
little things
away.
that y'all don't see, I
Fact.
appreciate you, wife. Appreciate you,
Fact.
Marielle. Thank you for your support and all
Fact.
that you do.
What about the intro? Dude, that's
Oh
the intro
man.
song.
Shout out to the beat. I got that beat from Lance. That's Charles' brother-in-law.
Yeah, he's elite.
Shouts out to that. Because in the beginning, we didn't have nothing. We just started.
Yeah. He's
I was
yeah,
like, nah, we need something, bro.
remember we just came on. Hello, welcome to the podcast.
That shit was wild. Yo, when I go back, it's like, ugh.
Yeah, it's
I
a
can't even
hard
watch it.
You know what it is? It's a hard listen. Like
Yeah, it's like,
hard listen, hard watch, hard.
yeah, man. It's like, yeah,
Dang.
and I think that's important too. Like, you gotta evolve. You gotta
Facts.
be able to evolve and still stay true to yourself. Like, you can't go back from the first episode to now and tell me we didn't have at least 10 changes to this podcast
OD.
in a year.
Yeah, nah, it's a
Like,
fact.
we constantly trying to make it better. Like, so I want to thank for the beat because it was dry. We
Super
had no
dry.
beat.
Yo, remember we had the 1 minute intro song that was mad long.
Bro, what was we doing? It was mad long.
with mad pictures.
It looked like a Instagram highlight video
Yo,
showing.
it reminded me. You remember Family Matters?
Yeah,
It's a bad condition. This day and that. It was mad long. I used to be sitting and watching it. Like I used to have to fast forward. Like, dang, this
yeah,
intro
I know. Like
mad
it's
long.
kind of long. Now we
Then
got like what 20 seconds, and it's smooth. It's perfect. Got our kids in it. It gets right to the point in this new one. I think we're gonna keep this one.
I like that one a lot.
Because
I
this
mean,
one is like literally to the point,
yeah,
everything.
yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Got a
Man.
logo. Got this logo.
Facts. Shouts
I
out
mean,
to the logos.
quick little logo. I mean, yeah, it's cool, man. It's cool, man. I just love the dedication that we showing to it, man.
I think
It's really cool.
I think the fact that we we're constantly evolving and trying to be better is just a compliment to what we trying to do on a daily basis.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
we bring listen, people don't realize the reason why we go so hard is because we bring it every day.
yeah.
You think it's
yeah.
easy to be in a good mood every day? Like, I had to really like
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna talk about this another time, but I
Yeah,
just had to throw this in there. Like, I've been in such a good mood, overly in a good mood, not in a way where it's like cheesy, but just
yeah,
a
yeah,
very comfortable
Mhm.
mood, right?
yeah.
So I had to figure out like what is driving these moods. I'm just in
Mhm.
a very inspired mood
Yeah,
every day,
yeah.
right? So I'm
Uh-huh.
like, I just realized it's like I'm so big on, and this has been recently more so than anything, probably like the last month, but like
Yeah.
decisions
Mhm.
and I've always been a very pro make the right decision person, right?
Yeah.
But more so recently, I'm starting to feel fixed, where it's like
Mm.
what's making me happy is actually making the right decisions.
Yeah. Yeah.
right? It's not
Yeah.
like maybe before it was, there was an option where it's like I can make this decision, I can make this decision. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at this point, it's starting to feel like the right decision is the only
It's
decision
the
that goes
only
forward.
option.
It's the only option.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when you start to feel like that, it makes you, it just puts you in a very good space because
Uh-huh.
within making the right decisions that you're covered. First of all,
Yeah.
God is going to cover you because you're making the right decisions. That's
Yeah.
above and beyond. He
Yeah.
covers your decisions when they're the right decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just a ripple effect. Then I feel protected.
Yeah.
And then I feel like I can do anything. And
Mm-hmm.
then I pass that energy on to my wife. And then my
Exactly.
wife feel like she could do anything. Then
Yeah.
we pass that
Yeah.
on to our kids. And then they're inspired. Then it's like we got a really solid group of friends.
Exactly.
And
Yep.
then
Yep.
we're very we're our friend, like our group of friends is very, we're opposites,
Yeah.
but we're all very level-headed in the sense
Exactly.
of decision
Exactly.
making, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what attracts us all to one another.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like the energy is just reflection, like
Yeah.
boom,
Yeah.
oh, you bringing this, which ultimately why the business is doing what it's doing,
Yeah.
and everything is moving the way it's moving. So
And we be clowning like crazy. Like people probably think we just have these OD serious conversations all day.
nah, we're OD clowns, bro. It's almost too much, bro. Like sometimes I be like, sometimes I don't even want to respond because I'm like, I'm not doing
Yeah,
this
no.
with y'all
Sometimes
today.
I just start laughing. I just walk away like, yo, that
I'm not doing this with y'all today. Like, especially Fabe. Fabe doesn't stop, bro. No, he doesn't stop. And Fred, low key, Fred is a clown, but he's mad quiet about it. So
He a
he hit you.
sniper.
Yeah,
He a
bro.
sniper, bro.
Yes, he hit you. So you be like, hold on, what
Wait,
you
hold
just say?
up. Am
Yo,
I
what
hit?
yeah, you be like,
He
yo,
like,
what
hold
did
up.
you say, bro? He be like, nah, nothing. Then he be like, nah, nothing. You be like,
Nah, he a
yo, what
real
did you
sniper,
say, son?
bro.
He like, no, don't worry about it. No. I just thought you were stronger than that. Hold on, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Fred, bro. But I'm just proud of what, because I said this the other day in the chat. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
the we created a business from scratch,
Mm.
right? And a year, if you look, we did a whole year of a podcast, but we also did a whole year of our business.
Mm.
And now we planted
Yeah.
all the right seeds and we're
Yeah.
seeing
Yeah.
the fruit, you know what I
Yep.
mean, of all the
Yep.
planted seeds. So
Mm-hmm.
when we initially started it, we
Yeah.
planted the seed and we watered
Exactly.
it with the right decisions.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of like we reaping the benefits of it, and we just, you know, I mean, I already know how we're gonna be, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
when the success comes, it's almost, I'm not gonna say we're gonna disappear, but it's gonna
Yeah.
be like nobody's gonna realize it and nobody's gonna know
Exactly.
because we all
Exactly.
move the same way. Where it's like,
Exactly.
nah, I'd rather just be successful and just be quiet. And then,
And I think that's a test to the podcast for everything else because like whether we so-called blow up or not, it
yeah,
doesn't matter to us.
no, it doesn't.
We're gonna keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I think that shows by the fact that if we have one view or 50 views, it doesn't matter. We're still gonna do an episode.
yeah,
As long as even if just one person watches it,
yeah.
okay.
Cool. That's,
Cool.
we appreciate
If
you
a
watching.
thousand people watch it, cool.
You
We
know what it
still
is
gonna do it.
I think it goes back to the process. Like our success, all right. The best way to put it is like this. Our success isn't rooted in the podcast. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
We do this genuinely out of love,
yeah.
right? And wanting to share information.
Mm-hmm.
But we separate the podcast as its own entity, but we
Yeah,
don't treat it like a business
exactly,
because
exactly,
if we treated it like a business, then we would be more focused on other aspects of it instead of giving the quality, right?
exactly.
But on the other side, we have our own business,
Yeah,
so we
yeah,
treat, so you can see the way we treat and we talk business wise compared to
uh-huh,
here is totally different.
yeah,
You could tell,
yeah,
like when we start getting into business conversation, everybody gets mad serious, like,
yeah. It's mad
yo,
serious. Like, all right, so what
yeah,
we got to do?
yeah, everybody gets very serious. But then when
Yeah,
you look at the podcast, we're not like that because
yeah.
we're not
It's like
looking for,
second nature to us.
yeah, it's not
Yeah,
the driving force isn't finances, if that's the
yeah,
best way to put
yeah,
it. So we'd be a little more chill.
yeah.
But
There
that's
be times we come on here and be like, "Yo, what you want to talk about?"
facts. Yo, I was thinking we should talk about. I'll be like, yo, what's this? Whatever. But it's just. I mean, I'm
This
proud
is
of us.
us, man.
We did 52
52.
episodes. That's an
You got
accomplishment.
1 year in the book.
1 year in the book. I don't never know how this podcast stuff works. So
Yeah.
so they was like, when you said 52, I'm like, oh, 52, okay. But I thought it was like maybe you have to do 50 every 50. He's like, nah, you just
Nah,
do it for your
that's a
year.
yeah. I mean, I guess they could do 50, but I mean, I guess at 100 we're gonna be like, yo, we got 100 episodes.
Oh, I thought we would do like 104, like, oh, 2. No, I can't count. Yeah,
I
100.
don't know. I just think the 52 is just because yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I think what we could do, and we could leave it on this, but when we go to Jamaica, we could do a podcast with everybody there.
Ooh,
Because everybody gonna be there already. So we could do another fatherhood one or another
that'd be
husband.
fire.
We could
That'd be
just
fire.
do it on the water. You feel me? So we could bring
Ooh,
the laptop, bring the mics, all
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And people could talk, and we could just have a nice
Oh,
little
we could do that. Yeah, I'm with that. I'm definitely with that.
yeah. Because they got the joint where I'll explain it later.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
oh, you know what I mean?
Let's
So
do it.
I think
Let's do it.
The
I'm with it.
Jamaica, because everybody gonna be there for the most
Yeah.
part. So
Yeah.
that's elite.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Let's
Yo,
go.
you
Let's
know
go.
what we
Y'all
should
heard
do?
exclusive here right now.
Yo, facts.
Jamaica podcast. Let's go.
Yo, I just really thought about it. Even the women will be there, so we could throw them in there too. We could do a couples joint, and we could just start asking tough questions as a couple, married
Let's
couple,
do it.
and
Let's do it.
could spark off. I mean, y'all gonna learn about it later, but we
Mhm.
doing what the why did I get married joint.
Yeah,
That's all
yeah.
Enoch though. He gauging
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But when we start that flowing,
Yeah.
that could actually be the kickoff to it.
Ooh, I like that. I
But
like that. Well, 52 in the book.
Facts, bro. 52.
Well, y'all done heard this. Did they hear it 52 times? When did we come up with our slogan thing that we do at the end? I don't even know what episode. We didn't do that from the beginning, did we?
No, we didn't. We popped it off at like maybe like the fifth week
We
or
did?
so. Yeah.
I don't know. Well, how many other times you ever heard me say this? Y'all already know. Say it with me if you know it. It's gonna be ups and downs. But through all of this process, the podcast episodes, more and more. Relax your head, it's not that long.
I need my hair braided, dog.
Keep God before anything. You're
Facts. Dang, I don't even remember my joint.
dang.
Let me think. It is.
Hurry up, cause I gotta go to sleep. Y'all people don't even know. Like we be over here. When I gotta go to sleep. I got work. Y'all have no idea.
You got a life, man. Listen, strive for perfection.
Uh-huh.
Even if you fall short, you will still be excellent. Don't use "I'm not perfect" as an excuse to not pursue.
Yo, chill. I'm not perfect. Chill. Nobody perfect. Chill.
It don't matter. Nobody asked you perfect. We just asked you to make the right decision every time.
Bro. I can make mistakes. It's all good.
Yo, can I just throw something real quick? Look,
we're good.
Your hand, right? Each one of your fingers are unbalanced, right? Right. So naturally, by nature, you're not perfect, but that has nothing to do with your decision making. So think about it.
Did you know that if you cut all your fingers off, they're the same exact height?
What? Yo, we'll talk about that another day. Well, holla. See y'all next week. Knew he was gonna do. I tried to log off before that. Bye.